Hello, welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and if this sign is your sun, moon, or rising, this is your reading. And I really want to thank you all for your likes, shares, and subscribes. You all matter so much to me. Thank you. And if this particular reading resonates with you, I would love for you to consider subscribing to the channel. So Libra, let's go ahead and talk about what is going on for October 5th through the 11th. I have the 3 cards in front of me from the overview video, and I have a guiding card right here. All right, so let's talk about it. We have the Star card. And the Star card is really all about telling you that you've done a lot of hard work and there should be less to do now. For some of you, that's totally going to resonate. You'll be like, yeah, I already stocked the shelves, everything's ready to go, I built the thing, everything is great. Now I can just sort of sit back and enjoy it a little bit. For others of you, this is going to feel a little strange and it's going to come across sort of in the opposite, where you're like, nope, there's more work for me to do. And I really need to embrace the moment, get down to it, do the physical labor or whatever it is that it takes to get you to that plateau where you can just chill for a zone. But take that as it resonates, but know that you are supported. Okay, that is the most important part about this card, is that you are supported in whatever section of that you are in, because it's good though. I really like it. I think it's a beautiful card. It speaks of being in the flow. Even if you are still working at getting ready, you'll be in the flow. It's going to be like, yeah, let me just do this. I'm already in it. Let's go. All right. So it'll be very fluid for you. It won't be a difficult process. You won't be hitting walls all the way. You'll just kind of go and get it done. Okay, cool. So now we need to talk about my guiding messages for you for the month. The guiding messages for this particular month talk about how we need to be ready to do small incremental projects, things that we can start to finish in a very short period of time so that we aren't leaving like a big mess laying around. I have no idea why. All I know is that it's important for us to be able to like have spontaneous company, I guess, or have people come over and not have it be a big deal, or even if somebody wanders through your yard that you weren't expecting, they won't get hurt and they won't stumble or whatever, or have a lot of questions about what are you doing over here. So we don't want to get caught up in that kind of stuff. So be cautious and be careful and keep things tidied up. All right, cool. Do things in manageable bites. If it's a bigger project, you want to do it in manageable bites, so that even if you do have to walk away for a week, 2 weeks, or longer, it won't be unsafe, right? Cool. Now then, the second message is that we need to start looking at things from higher ground, looking at our peers, our coworkers, our neighbors. If we have something within ourselves or within the relationship that is feeling a little, right, a little, sometimes we notice things that just like the glass is broken and we can't unsee it, right? And it makes us feel cringy, feels uncomfortable, whatever it is. We want to pay attention to it, but also give ourselves a break and give them a break too, so that we're like not instantly creating new ways to have confrontations with people over things that's just them. That's just them. They are who they are, and it doesn't really matter, right? And if it's a neighbor who's doing something really frustrating and that like you want to go out there and throttle them, the answer remains that we don't want to do that. What we will want to do is sort of reframe the story so that it modifies our reaction or calms us down and puts us in a place of compassion. So perhaps he's walking his dog across the front of your property and his dog always poops on your lawn and he never picks it up, right? So rude. But at the same time, we could make up a story and go, huh, either I can get up in his face about it, or I can make a story up that tells me he broke his back. He can't bend over and touch his toes when he's standing. So this isn't something he can physically do. And yeah, I'm just going to go out and do the right thing and pick that up so that it's not a big deal anymore, right? It's a little goofy, it's a little weird, and I know that we're all grown-ups, and yet sometimes you want to sort of consider the possibility that it's better not to make trouble with that person. Maybe they're the person who's been after you to do them a solid, but you haven't done them a solid in that way. And so therefore they're like, I don't have to pick up my dog's poop if you don't want to do the thing that I asked you to do. Right? So he's doing quid pro quo backwards. So be aware and pay attention and take the high road, and don't let it become a thing where you get into like internal rage every time you see the dog poop on the lawn. And remember, there's more than one dog in the universe, so it's not always your neighbor and his dog. It could be other dogs too. Sorry. So keep these things in mind. It will help solve things up and keep you calm when you see your neighbor, so you're not ready to go to blows. All right? Very cool. All right, this can work with coworkers, this can work with friends, this can work in other areas too, but we end up in a little quiet, private place of compassion because we made up a story that means that they're going through much worse stuff than we are. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. The fact is that we don't share the story with anybody. What we do is use it to help calm us down. All right? Cool. It's kind of a trick, right? But it's a social trick, and it works. All right? So now then, let's go ahead and get into the cards. All right, so we have the 3 cards from the overview video. Let's get you guiding, not the guiding card, but we're going to get you a mystery card for this particular week, the 5th through the 11th, for Libra. What do we need for Libra? It's right there. This one's subtle. Interesting. Okay, so go ahead and clean these up. Set them aside. We'll set this one aside. We'll get to this at the end of the video. Okay? Now then, let's get you some more Tarot of the Abyss, which is going to help expand on the story of what's going on for this particular week, the 5th through the 11th of October. And let's see what we have here. So you're starting out, well, the theme of the week, what's going on for you this week is talking about how there's a part of you that wants a little bit more control or power. This could be at work, at home, within a relationship, and you're feeling a little stuck. Not like you have much control over the situation right now. The best answer for you at this time is to go up to them with your big idea about what you want to implement and say, hey, and then you share your idea with 95% of your idea and 5% of theirs, of them and their interests and their concept in there, and you're like, okay, cool, cool, cool. They'll be like, oh, this is a great idea. I want you to take care of it. Can you handle that for us? And then like handle it. So then at work it'll be like, oh yeah, we definitely want you to lead this project. Cool. Carry on. Thanks. I had a great idea. So yeah, he will claim it, and then you won't get credit, but you'll still get to do what you want to do. In relationships, it'll be kind of the same thing. Your partner is probably going to claim that they absolutely had this brilliant idea, and they'll be on board, and it will be very nice for you to be able to express yourself a little bit and do what you want to do within the relationship. It doesn't always have to be about the acknowledgement of what it is, but that you get to actually do what you want to do, which is cool. And of course, there's if it's in a friendship, it could go the same way, right? They'll be like, okay, yeah, go ahead. You plan it and we'll come. All right? So then now it's all about onto you. All right? So, cool. Be careful what you wish for. Now we have, of course, the King of Pentacles. There's going to be somebody in the mix this particular week who's also very much so wanting to make sure the money is right and that you're paying attention to the finances in the project. This could be the boss person. So you've made sure that your idea spoke to his financial requirements in all things, so that you're making sure he's getting a bargain in the process, and that you've shown that you cared. You showed him opportunities. You said, oh, here's one version that's this price, this one this price, this one this price. They're all the same thing, different places, different locations, different quality. Okay? And he'll be like, oh, okay. So you're showing him you care, and he's figuring out what he's willing to pay for, and you're going to get a note from him or a conversation with him specifically saying, this is the one we're going to go with. This is the one I feel comfortable going with based on what we're doing with this project. So pay attention to what you're doing there and stick with this price point, okay? And the Six of Swords, once it's all going on, you are going to be able to help other people out with your power. You are going to appreciate who you are, what you're doing, and where you're going, and you're going to want to give somebody else a hand up. Maybe you need a helper in the process, and you say, hey, I'd like to bring so-and-so along with me. And he's like, or you say, hey, I need a couple of assistants. One will be paperwork, one will be a researcher, and one will be an executor. And you're like, okay, go get your 3 people from wherever you need to. These are the departments you can pick from. Go grab your people. And you're like, okay, cool, 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 cool. And you go over and you get your buddy over here, and you get your friend over there, and your other friend over there that you were like, I know I can help these people do better and feel better. Or you might even have seen somebody who was just struggling, but very good at what they do, right? Struggling to be noticed, recognized, and capable, very capable. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to get that person. I'm going to get that person and bring them over here. And sure enough, you're going to help them out. You're going to help them feel seen, heard, understood, and appreciated, which is the trifecta of awesome, right? Seen, heard, and appreciated. Cool. Now then, what here is going on? The death card shows up in the blocking department, showing us that you are also going to discover there are things you can't get rid of. There will be that one niggling person on the crew who's like, not really helping out, but there they are. Somebody's nephew. In some cases, it'll be a nepotism project, but you won't be able to release this person at all. You won't be able to redirect them or give them anything else. They're just stuck with you. So I want you to try them out in different concepts of ideas, of jobs, so then they can be of some, one minute they're packing boxes, one minute they're building boxes, the next minute they'll be, maybe you'll find out they're the label wizard for shipping. And you're like, okay, you be the label wizard for shipping, please. I'm looking for your niche. And it's okay to move them around to find their niche, but you can't get rid of them. They're going to be with your crew for the duration, so you just deal with it, okay? He's like, I'll let you have your 3 people, but I'm going to give you this 4th one. Like, oh, great. Oh, great. You can help other people with your power, but they're going to have to help his guy with your power as well. Ah, great. Queen of Pentacles is in the middle here in the break. She's also blocking you. This is probably the accountant lady who's looking at your situation and going, I need to know more about what's going on here. I don't feel like I'm getting enough information. I feel like maybe your King of Pentacles kept the information for himself and didn't manage to send it over to the accountant lady, and the accountant lady is going, oh man, I need more information. What happened here? Hopefully you kept duplicates, because now you can just send that stuff off to that person, and they will indeed get the package of information that'll help them decipher your project and get it done, right? Cool, right? So this is also the purchasing agent, so you want to make sure that whoever that is who is buying all the parts and pieces for whatever you're working on will have what they need, all right? Cool. And yeah, no, I mean, if we're talking about how this is all within a relationship, we're talking about how your partner's worried about the money, so you're making sure it's okay, and you're able to utilize a friend or something else in the process. You're like, hey, so-and-so is a travel agent. We're going to let them do some of this project. And you're like, cool, 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 whatever. As long as the price stays down, we're good. And the blocking for my people doing this in a relationship, there will be something about what you're doing that you won't be able to get rid of it. You know, there's physical stuff, a way of thinking, a relationship, or a job that you won't be able to get rid of in the process. Maybe you're going to have a hard time getting time off to go and do the trip you want to do. And that's going to be a little thing. You're going to have to work it around the work schedule and schedule it accordingly. There is somebody worried about the finances, and that might be you, worried about how you're going to make the money and make sure that you have enough money in your bank account before you take this little adventure that you're planning. So this might be a future project plan that you're getting on board with, but it will be further down the line, so it won't be right away necessarily. And fighting Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is fighting for your worth and value, fighting for your heart's desires in the moment. And you're not in a position to do that. You can't really fight about it. Whatever you're wanting and needing and hoping for, you're not in a position to fight for it. So that's going to be frustrating whether you're at work or at home, not being able to stand up for your idea in the moment. So maybe just like don't talk about it for a week while you work on things and see if you can't kind of figure out the work schedule. This feels like work scheduling situation. You're like, okay, I got to figure out the dates, and the guy who does the date stuff and all that stuff, he's gone for the week, so I can't even touch it. So I'll have to talk to him later. Oh, right? Frustrating. But here we are. Let's talk about solutions. Solutions are better. Page of Cups. New information about things you do care about will come up. Maybe you'll find out there's a cool coupon or for the trip you're wanting to plan or the project you're working on. You'll find new ways to get a good budgeting situation. I know this is more about things you care about, but what you care about is work. If this is a work thing, this is all about you caring about work. So you care more about that, and that'll come up. If this is a relationship project that you're working on, you'll get new information. Like I said, a coupon available or something that will help bring the price down in some way. It will change the deal. Maybe the thing does only, maybe you want to go to a special event and you didn't realize that it takes place in 6 months from now, only in the winter. And you're like, oh, well, that's changing the whole trajectory. Let me reconfigure. And then that's another good reason not to make big plans to let something go if you don't know all the information. Now you're getting more information, which is going to help you solve the problem. Very nice. Don't sabotage yourself, okay? Don't start talking. I can feel this card is telling me you could talk yourself out of it completely. Oh, God, it's going to be around Christmas time. No, I don't want it to be around Christmas time. Oh, and you talk yourself completely out of doing your thing. Nope, don't do that. Or if it's at work, you're like, oh, you can sabotage your situation by treating your Klingon, your extra person poorly. Remember, they are probably related to somebody who's higher than you, and it will get back to them. So the better you treat this other person, the better. But at the same time, don't treat him like a king that will ruin him. He'll never have anything going on, okay? So be aware and pay attention to the situation, because it's important that you stay aware, right? You could really blow your stuff up, is what it comes down to. And I don't want you to blow everything up. I don't want you to walk away from jobs or anything else. I want you to be careful and cautious how you're handling the thing, okay? Think it through before you do anything. And this card here is talking about how if you don't screw everything up, you can manifest absolutely anything you want, okay? So this is the Empress. This is all my favorite card in the deck, and it's about how, yeah, you just tell the universe what you want, what you need, and it'll all get taken care of. So you're going to tell the universe, man, I really need this fella to find somewhere else to work or do something else. And the universe will say, hey, watch this. and the phone will ring for this guy, and he'll be, his daddy will call him and say, come on over here. I got this thing I wanted you to check out. And he'll be like, hey, check it out. I would love for you to go and check out this other place over here that I own and see what's going on over there. The fact is, he didn't expect his son to really thrive in this area. And the fact that you've been bouncing him around and trying to find his niche, and that's all you really have to tell the boss. It's like, how's he doing? I'm really working at trying to find his niche and find something that he thrives at. We're working towards that, and I'm hopeful that we will find it soon. And that doesn't say he's a terrible human being. It doesn't say he sucks, and it doesn't say anything negative. It just simply says, I'm really working towards finding his niche. I take lunches with him on occasion just to hear him out and hear what he likes and hear what he's into. And then try him in a new area that best reflects that concept. But this may not be his place. But he figured it out. He figured it out. He just wanted him to have a taste of whatever this is, and he might move him along. It doesn't have to do that. You could be also, for your relationship, this is your relationship situation over here, you're going to be like, hey, I want the universe to take care of this adventure, this trip. I want it to be simple, and I want it to be pre-planned, and then bloop, something pops up on your search engine saying, oh, by the way, did you know that they have group adventures? All you got to do is put in the money and show up, and they will just take you on all the adventures to go and see all these places. And you're like, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Hello, this is perfect. And it'll be a package deal. You just show up when it's time, and it'll be awesome. So, like I said, serendipitously things will take place and fill the gap if you don't sabotage yourself and shoot yourself in the foot. Don't be running to the boss to say, hey, your nephew sucks. That's not going to work. But keep trying to find a niche. If you bounce them around a lot, that's fine. What's not fine is having it be all negative, right? We can't have it be all negative. And I don't want you to sabotage your relationship in the situation by getting upset that you can't figure it out. You're just gathering information. You're gathering information. Don't throw in the baby and the bathwater and everything else. Just be open to how it's coming through, right? Like, okay, well, there's another snafu. I got to work on that. It's just part of the thing that ends up in the pot, and you're making a stew, and it's a thing, right? All the ingredients are part of the plan, but it's a process. So you're just going to have to go with it a little bit, all right? Cool. So let's get you a Moon Oracle card. All right. What do we have here? All right. Which card is for you, Libra? This one. All right. So I'll set these here. What's this card? Unity, of course. Absolutely. This is a beautiful card for you, Unity, for this particular week. Speaking very much so about this group project at work, for sure. And of course the relationship. If you're working on a relationship, the goal, the whole point of any of this is to bring yourself together with your person, to bring your people together, whether it's your buddies that you're helping out or this nephew, this nepotism child. And that's cool. You just bring them into the fold, treat them just like all the other people, and help them get going, right? Help as best you can until you can't make it work. If they can't do what you're suggesting, then you move them on to something else. But you don't have to, don't get stuck in thinking that I'm stuck with this person and I can't make them do anything. We want them to feel a part of. We want them to have the best possible experience. And even if he just looks up at his puppy and says, hey, I had the coolest experience. These guys were so nice to me. And even though I got to do a whole bunch of different jobs, it was interesting. And I know way more about what you guys do. And I really don't want to do any of it, Dad. And that's okay. It's like, I tried this and I tried that. I tried all kinds of things, but I didn't feel like I was very good at any of them. So I'm really grateful that this happened. Thank you. Ta-da. And you're like, okay, cool. You bringing unity to the situation and treating him like a regular part of the team, no matter what, and just giving him, it's like, here, I am going to try something with you where I am going to let you do something for a few days, and then I'm going to move you on to another job just to see what your wheelhouse is and see what you enjoy, okay? If he doesn't have a good resume or he doesn't have anything other than high school representing who he is or she is, then you're going to need to do that. You're going to take him around and have him try some flavors. And it isn't out of disrespect or per se that you think, oh, they may find themselves doing something they like doing, but they're doing it terribly. And like, okay, so we're going to take you from over here. We're going to do something over here. You know, keep them moving. Keep them moving. Don't let them settle. And because they want to get a taste of everything, I want you to get an idea about what everybody does, and then we'll figure out what you should do, okay? But don't ever set them down and say, I'm going to lock you in over here in this corner forever, because that's not going to work. And it might be that they have to do the buddy system with your partners and the people that you like a little bit to see if they can be of assistance to your people for a minute. And if they can't do it, then it's only a couple of days, and then you move them on. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, but it's all about unity. It's about trying to keep your people all together. You may have a private conversation with your core group that you chose, and then everybody works together to make this person feel a part of and wonderful. And it's not, I don't think you're doing it the wrong way or anything else. I think it's very much so a part of trying to keep it together, right? Creating unity within the team, and that everybody's on the same team and they're all going to get a turn, and everybody will work it through until we find a niche for this person, and or this person finds their own niche to leave because they're like, I've seen and done everything. I don't like any of this. I got to go, Dad. Cool. Whatever. Thanks. Sorry you didn't like it. We did our best. Let's get you, what's your hidden card? Yeah. The Queen of Swords. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. There will be a feminine energy person who is in the mix this week who is very particular about how they want things done. All right. If this is you, don't be afraid to train people to do what you want to do before you have an expectation about how they do it, okay? Make sure they know. And if this is somebody else in your world here, make sure that they teach you what they need you to know before you move around and do things that aren't what they want, okay? It may be something to do with the Queen of Pentacles over here that's blocking you. So be aware that she might be very particular about how she likes your paperwork filled out. Figure it out. Get going on that and figure out how you can make her happy at the same time as everything else, okay? It's a thing, and she may slow you down or say, all your paperwork's wrong, you got to redo it. Like, okay. But hopefully you'll get samples, or you'll go up to her to begin with and say, hey, I'm told there's some special paperwork that goes with your financial situation. I want to make sure that I know what I'm looking at or what I need to do in advance before we start doing this, and I want to start producing what you need, all right? But I want to do it the way you want it, instead of like, if I'm doing my work on Sheets, Google Sheets, and you are like an Excel person, like, oh, they don't cross-pollinate. Oh, so be aware and pay attention. So take good notes or ask good questions before you get going, because we don't want to cross this lady if we don't have to. And if this is you needing to be very on point in particular, remember to train people to do what you need them to do, okay? Cool. All right. You need a pocket full of rocks. All right. We have smoky quartz, yellow calcite, and blue sapphire. All right. So smoky quartz is the first chakra stone, and the first chakra stone is this smoky quartz is telling us that it's important for you to stay grounded and to release anything that you don't need right now. This could be any number of things that you might want to release, but this is release. So if you're cleaning out your closets or whatever you're doing and you're not feeling motivated to do the project, take your smoky quartz. All right, it will help you. Some sort, and you want. So keep an eye on it. It's going to be a big one. This card here is talking about yellow calcite. It's a third chakra stone. We have thoughts. We have feelings, emotions, and memories all stored there according to what I was taught. And it's important for you to know that this is going to be like blowing a bunch of leaves off of a mound of curious information that you've not paid attention to for a while. So it's been hidden information, right? So it's hidden information, hidden feelings, memories, and emotions. You may remember yourself when you were a kid at this age, and how you may or may not have been well prepared for the situation you were tossed into, and floundering around trying to do the best you can, but not really knowing how to do it, not really knowing how to take good care of it, but trying your best to make someone happy, even though you're doing something that's, you've no idea what you're doing. So remember that memory. Let this come to the surface and let yourself remember what it was like to be in that person's shoes. Do the best you can to support them. They may or may not be ready for any of this. They may be a blow-up person who doesn't have any capacity for any of what you're doing. And the best you can offer is making sure they have a bagel and cream cheese and a good coffee in the morning, and they have that morning moment where everybody gets to talk about what's going on and what they're working on, and if they need help, ta-da! Have a little morning meeting each morning so that everyone feels like they're unified in the process and they're working towards a common goal, and if they need an extra hand, someone can jump up and help, or not. We're there. We're remembering different things. We're being better bosses. We're being better, smarter people. And we're creating unity in every which way we can. But we're also doing it from memories of not feeling unified. Okay? Now, sapphire is a wonderful 6th chakra stone. This goes on your 3rd eye. If you put the sapphire on your 3rd eye and you meditate with it, it actually helps you to see your energy on the planet. Like if you hold the planet out, nope, that one's the other one. Whoop, whoop. This is all about seeing your energy in the cosmos. Whoa, we're going even bigger. So you see all the 9 planets, and you see all the swirling stars and the moons and all of the good things that are out there in the space. And in fact, you're seeing your energy as a different color as it swirls through outer space and has a certain impact. You may think that you're too small a human being to have an impact energetically, but if you ask in meditation to see your impact energetically on the planets and the space and all that, it will come to you. So it's beautiful. It's wonderful to see how that happens and what happens for you. So I want you to realize that even though it all seems kind of menial and ridiculous, sometimes life itself can be menial and ridiculous. It's very mundane, and you're like, really? This is it? And you're like, no, really. It's going to have an impact later, or it's going to have an impact on the energy of the planet, and that's important. The energy of the universe. So we are important. Who we are, the light keepers, the light bringers, the light sharers, all of us light people, we're all very important folks. We're creating something more for this planet and this solar system than most folks do or see. And when we do that, it has an impact. Leaves fingerprints behind. And you'll be able to see your fingerprints when you meditate with that stone. Sapphire. All right? So, Libra. Wow, what a week, right? Lots of stuff going on. Lots of office politics and such, and yet I feel like you're circumnavigating it and creating your own team and treating them really, really well in a really nice way. I love it. It really, really is. It's growth. It's important. And the better we do at this, creating unity within relationships, either at home or at work, and making sure that we're all on the same page is really sweet. You know, making sure people get to make choices about what's going on. If you're working on planning that trip at home with your partner, you can go ahead and give them options and let them make choices. So it's not just you deciding where you'll go, what you'll do, and how you'll do it. It's like, okay, I'm glad you got in the car, but I want you to be involved. I want you to be caring about what we're doing. So it's good, and I really like this. So it's going to be very interesting, okay? So you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to, Libra, but if you do carry them or carry any other rocks and you want to comment below and let me know what you're carrying, that'd be super cool. I'd be into that. I appreciate the one and the all of you, and especially for your likes, shares, and subscribes. They all matter so much to me, especially because, you know, we're getting very close to 1,000, so I'm very excited about that. I appreciate you guys, and if you haven't looked in the description box below, there's a lot of fun things happening down there. What in the heck? We have all the cards that I'm using, all the decks. You can figure out where to buy them on Amazon or Etsy. And the other thing you'll be able to do is see where I'll be in the country at what time of year. So check it out. You'll see my life schedule, and then come on out to the Ren Fair and get an in-person reading. That would be super fun. And if you don't want to do that or can't do that, I totally get it. So there's a link for you to book private over-the-phone readings, and I will happily take care of you during the week. I appreciate the one and the all of you again, and we will talk next week about the 12th through the 18th. Thank you.